There have been many changes in family law, and here to share the updates and trends is attorney at the Garnholz Law Firm, Cynthia Garnholz. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, I want to kind of, before we get into some of these trends, when we think, and this might seem like the most obvious question to you, but when we hear family law and all the things that it is that your practice does, what really is family law? What does it entail?
That's a great question, Sarah. I mean, that's what I live and breathe all day, but I realize that most people don't. So let's talk about that a little bit. So family law encompasses quite a different number of areas of the practice. So there's, of course, divorce, support, custody. There are guardianships. There are paternity, or sometimes called rights of the unwed. There are domestic partnerships agreements. I think adoption.
No, so all of those things fall under that category. I know I had.
Yes, it's a big umbrella.
It's a big umbrella. And when we talk about what are the trends, I mean, obviously, just as with anything, and law included, there are trends that come and go. And so, what currently are we looking at in terms of some of the new trends in family law?
Well, one of the biggest ones, there's not many trends that are made at a federal level, but we have one in our new tax law. So in Missouri, we call alimony, it's called alimony in most of the rest of the United States, but we call it maintenance. Under the new tax law that is just passed by Congress, they have decided that in the future, alimony will not be deductible by the person paying it. So for the past quarter century or so, every alimony payment has been deductible to the person paying on their tax return. That was a small incentive, and yet an incentive to actually pay maintenance or alimony to a needy, soon-to-be ex-spouse. But Congress has taken that away. I'm baffled about why they would do that, but they have. So any judgment entered on or after January 1, 2019. So we have about a year left of deductibility. But after January 1 of next year, maintenance is no longer deductible.
Wow. So what is that really, what's that going to mean? What's that going to mean on your side of for your firm and for people going through this?
So I think it's probably obvious that most people don't want to pay maintenance.
Right.
So in settlement negotiations, really the fact that it was deductible was one way that you could get someone to agree to pay it, if not over the long term, at least for short term. But I must tell you that even under the law as it stands until next January, there are many trials that happen solely over the issue of maintenance. Because, as I said, there are very few people who will willingly offer that up in the divorce context. So once maintenance is no longer deductible, I can only predict that there are going to be even more trials. And unfortunately, I think more hostility between divorcing parties, because now someone that needs maintenance or says he or she needs maintenance is now forced to actually go to trial so that a judge will order the spouse to pay it, instead of a spouse potentially at least agreeing to pay it and then being able to deduct it.
Yeah, well, thank you for explaining that. That's really important, especially for people to know this as the date is approaching. When we come back, we're going to cut to break. I want to talk about something else that's coming up that is a growing trend, which is collaborative practice. But for now, I want to show you the information on the screen. This is how you can reach out to Cynthia and her team. It's the Garnholz Law Firm, and it's 314-725-5430 or garnholzlaw.com. But we're going to learn more about family law and some of the current trends again right after this break, so please stay with us.